So what to say anyway? What are the criteria? Where to start? What in general?
Well, let's discuss how to kill your king.
Oh,
Any thoughts?
actually a lot.
Will you tell me?
Well, that's the idea. I could get jailed for this if I say
First
it on
of
the
all,
camera.
you're already in jail. You can get here twice, right?
Yes, I think so.
Also, you have this in general.
But for us, it's not a question at all.
You can get in jail even 3 times.
Yes, it is indeed.
So,
For the same thing too.
how long did you fight?
It will be a year, May 15th.
1 year? Where did you spend the money?
I practically haven't seen the money actually. At first, well, they gave me a very low salary, then we crossed the border and it got a little better. Then I was transferred from one unit to another unit. I didn't receive any for 4 months.
How much? Well, you got 1 million.
Well, it should be less.
How
Well, I
is this
didn't
less?
receive any for 4 months.
At all?
In general, well, the salary is literally, well, almost 40,000.
Well, what about 195?
I didn't get 195 because, well, when I moved on, yes, now they counted in
understand.
my lengths of service.
Military rank?
Private.
Subdivision. Special forces?
No.
It seems to me that you're a
That's
colonel.
what people told me too. They hug kindly for the heart in the shirt. They talk to you are an officer anyway. I say no.
Colonel Hugs.
No.
What is Hugs? How does GRU stand for?
Main Intelligence Directorate.
You see, ordinary people don't know this.
I served in the army.
And what?
We were taught a little. I'm
And
a
what did
border
they
once.
tell you about the GRU? Who are they?
Main Intelligence
Main Intelligence
Directorate.
Directorate. What are they doing?
Well, in theory, what can they do?
I don't know, I'm interested. What? What? Well, I really don't know.
Well, like recognize, deep recognize, just like
digging
that.
in the ground.
Well, I don't know. I guess. Well, I've never seen them.
Understood, fine. You didn't say divisions.
So, motorized rifle, 37th Regiment, 25th Army.
Oh, 25th Army. Where were you standing?
So, we're staying not far from the Rubezhne, near Reshetovka. We were scattered everywhere in different places.
There in short, a little bit of trouble happened to the deputy commander of the 25th Army. Let's wait for good news. Almost died.
This happens.
Happens. It's war.
War happens.
Agree. Well, look, you've been running and fighting for a year and haven't earned 1 million.
I wasn't paid for 4 months. I only had a small
You don't
salary.
care.
The wife tried...
You would write to me and tell me where your control center is located, 50K right away. Good after.
Yes.
500,000 in 10 minutes. That's how it works. Where did the money come from? I answer the question from there. There are patriotic people who are funding my program for now, and everyone likes it, everyone going for it. What else? What else? Okay, let's go. What was your job before the war?
The electrician assembled the substantions.
Electrical fitter. Yes.
Yes. At the military stations.
What did your wife do?
Same, only secondary communication, connecting wires to my substations.
You're not a conscript, right?
No, contractor.
Contractor. How much was your salary?
At first it was 50,000, then the plant bought us. It became 30, 25, 27.
How many loans did you have?
Not a single one. Only a mortgage, but my wife and I paid for this.
Why the hell did you go to kill us? And when did this happen?
It was in May I was fired from the plant. Workforce reduction left by mutual consent and got hooked on a glass. I was drinking for almost 3
From
years.
2022?
No. From 2020.
From 2020?
Yes.
Well, what next?
Well, I was drinking a lot. The wife says, well, how long can it be, right? She's a person, must have a, what is called, some kind of thing. I went to the summer house. Well, I practically bombed there.
Understood. And when did you go on contract?
May 15, 2023.
In short, from 20 to 23, you...
Practically drinking
in
non-stop.
fact, drunk every day.
Well, practically yes. Sometimes haven't...
Where did you get the money?
Well, you could always find some for a glass.
Well, where? You go outside, you walk
Yes.
and you're like...
Yes. A person met stupidly simply met. Let's go drink, let's go, that's it. I'm serious.
What's your wife negative?
Well, in general, she just wanted to kill, probably
Why didn't
10
she
times.
kill you? It would be easier for us.
There would be
Wife,
one less asshole.
Wife, not finished. Well, in short, you went, she didn't mind at all.
Well, she
as I
practically
understand
helped.
it.
She said that the person looking for me, well, this local is like it's had, well, in short, not a district, but a village. I came, they asked questions, something like that. They put me in their car, we went to the military registration office right away, and so on. Everything very quickly, instantly.
So, wait, have you been taken?
Well, they took me in the car, drove away, and took pictures.
Let's go in order again. Did you go there on purpose?
Well, I came, they called me. Well, the local settlement is called it, I forgot the name.
What is a local settlement?
Well, the settlement, damn it, it's not the state Duma, but how is it, well, in the village.
Administration?
Yeah, the administration.
Administration, well.
I came to the administration, the boss was sitting there. He says, Mr. Blah Blah Blah, don't you want to go join the army? But I say, I have no options. Will you go? I'll go. So they took me to this. I passed the medical examination and we
well, you're
left
like that,
a
so
day
much
later.
like a colonel. Well, get there. I thought it was a GRU Colonel Larkin here.
We came, what's with that? Passed the medical examination and so on, that's all. They said I should be in the Tatskoy on May 15th hall. And then it's a short drive to Samara, about 3 hours there probably, in my opinion. I went there, that's it. When I saw what it is, what it's for, it's just a nightmare, and there was no turning back because it was 15 years in prison for running away.
What did you see that angered you so much?
The contingent is the first thing.
And everyone is like you, right?
No. Well, practically yes, 95%.
I'm saying because you say that you were drinking.
Yes.
No, there were just some stories of people who didn't fully watch the videos. There were dudes who got drunk in administrations, got drunk in military registration, and stupidly loaded into trucks. How many people were there?
Well, there's almost the division.
How many drunks were there?
Up to 95%.
1,000 drunk dudes?
Well, practically yes.
Holy.
60 in prison at 50% were the same as me, and that's all.
Were they normal?
Well, it was a person, maybe half a person for sure.
Half a percent?
Well, motivated, I don't know, or some kind of use, some kind of empty head, something, I don't know.
The second army of the world, right?
Well, I don't know, I would,
Well, you have a president, so in general, all the newspapers before the war said the Russians are the second army of the world. After 2 years of war, it became clear that it was second from bottom of the list. By rating.
That's how it is, yes.
Well, where did you go
From
next?
Istoksky to Stavropol.
In short, let's skip this story. When did you enter Ukraine?
In July.
In July 23rd.
Yes.
Where? To what direction?
We went towards Bakhmut side.
Oh, Bakhmut. Did you fight in Bakhmut? In Bakhmut?
Can I swear here?
Of course.
We got our ass escaped in short.
Tell me about the ass
I
escape.
practically didn't go to see them because I was standing with this, one might say, 10 crews.
Wait,
we call
what
them.
do you mean? Maybe they call
Well,
them
they
10
were in
crews?
armored personal carriers.
What about the tankers?
Well, that's what they call it, tractor drivers,
Tractor
tank
drivers.
drivers.
Well, you
Because
stood with
yes,
them.
I got in a fight. Our department, in short, wanted to go a wall.
All?
To the cemetery department, yes. I went, I say, I know where they are. I went and spent the night with them. The platoon man is standing, I say, where is everyone? They left there tomorrow. They will come and take us away. We waited a day, waited 2, waited 3, and the boys
So
will...
you were in process of AWOL.
In the process, yes. People have a right, I say, I won't go with them simply. Relationships are more important to me, and there was this man I knew. Here with tankers hours, I say I'll talk to the battalion commander, showdown, you'll be here with us in short. Will help me charge it, carry all sorts of stuff there. I've been with him for almost you've been with him for almost 2-3 weeks. Help it, carry it, collect it. They themselves simply didn't know what it was.
How did you got your asses kicked?
Well, I'm practically in. I mean, what do we have? Battalion.
Well, how much is it? 250?
No, there were fewer there. We entered the IRB. We were already 180 in the IRB. Probably 40% came out.
Well, like 150 people came in.
Well, practically, yes. There were a lot of 300 there, a lot.
Is IRB an independent
Yes.
reconnaissance battalion? And what you had to do with
But
it?
I was there in my training.
Oh, that's it. Well, you don't say that. 100% of you say that you're a scout, colonel.
Well, no, private.
How can you prove that you're a private? How many stars does the colonel have on his shoulder
Well,
straps.
3 anyway.
So you see, you even know your title, everything is proven.
Yes.
How much does the general have?
Well, depending on the generals.
The good one.
The good one has one big.
Let's
hefty
call
one.
this good one. Jerk.
Well, if I had the opportunity or desire.
What would you ask? So let's call. Shoigu.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Should we call?
Uh-huh.
I'm serious. Shall we? I have his phone number.
No, I wouldn't
Did
do
you
that.
look at me like that, like you thought I was going to cave in or
no,
what?
no.
Like you
No, I
want to
thought
break
it was
me?
just sarcasm.
No sarcasm at all. It's hard to break me with a glance. Well, you got your asses kicked. Where did you go next?
We went toward Lugansk.
Yes.
We went into the forest.
Yes.
Well, reinforced a little, some units arrived there and so on like that.
Many were dead.
By the way, there were few, a lot of wounded thought.
Were there suicides? Or were there suicides later?
There was practically no suicide while I was there in the IRB. There was practically none.
Were there any prisoners of ours?
Not even close. We only got some good beatings. I don't know anything at all. There were probably 5 people. There were dead. The
It's
rest
clear.
were all
Then
wounded.
after Lugansk, where did you go? When was it?
After Lugansk in July, closer to August, we ended up in Kremenoye, in the direction of Liman.
Oh, good direction.
Yes,
huh?
very much. In my opinion, it was almost half a year there from August to April.
Before imprisonment, yes? And did you like a direction?
Yes, we arrived somehow. Well, the old position arrived. There was the 35th Army standing in front of us. That's it,
Well,
we
you
arrived.
were always moving as a part of IRB.
Well, yes.
That's why you didn't see the war as such. Where you
Well,
kind
yes,
of
it turns
pull
out that way.
So it is the second or third
No,
line?
the very first. Well, from us to the Ukrainians, it was, 375 meters.
So this is the first line?
Well, yes, 375
where
meters.
this intelligence fighting in the trenches?
In theory,
like we
shouldn't.
fight?
The idea is to sniff out, crawl, look, listen.
Well, kind of, yes.
Well, they made us run there with
Run with
mortar.
the mortar.
Well, they drove us in, that's all. Later, my 6 months contract ended, so I signed a contract for 6 months. They just threw me into the infantry.
Well, tell me, when did your contract end?
November 15, 2023. I went to the political officer and explained to him my situation. I say at least I'm on a vacation or what? He says, are you really insane? We don't
We are
have such a
scouts,
thing.
we are paratroopers, right?
Well, yeah, the next morning at 7 a.m. a man comes and says you have an hour to get ready, and that's it, 37th Regiment. I walked through and said, that is anyway, for what meaning? Nobody should give a damn about this, he says. 5th, 10th, threw me in. Ended up in 37th Regiment.
When was this?
The 23rd.
December.
Yes, November 15th.
Before the new year. In short, from intelligence agents, from the elites
Yes, to the
to
infantry.
infantry. What was your position?
Positions. I was a nobody for 4 months. I just went to my regiment again, wherever I was standing with intelligence guys. I went there, but they couldn't put me on staff because there was no room. The staff is full on papers, but there are no people at all. And according to the papers, everything is completely filled
Where
out.
are all these people?
Dead almost.
Why weren't they removed from the
Yes,
staff?
I asked that too.
And what?
Yeah,
Once again, there is a battalion.
the staff is full. There are no people.
Yes, wait, the Russians are writing. No, not Russians. Well, the staff is like, wait, battalion? What battalion were you in? Name your division in full.
So from bottom to top. 2nd Company, 1st Battalion, 37th Regiment, Unit 12, 723.
That's enough, no further interest. 37th Regiment, oh, cool. So it was you? Yes, I understand. And in your battalion, for example, are all the cells occupied?
In the company.
In the company?
Yes, 1st Battalion, 2nd Company.
1st Battalion, 2nd Company. How many people? According to the book, and
I won't
how
lie.
much?
There should have
Well,
been
by eye.
100 people, but there could be 40 people.
What about those dead they haven't written off, so that they don't bring in
No
new
idea,
ones?
absolutely.
Or so as not to
Maybe
spoil
so,
the
according
statistics?
to papers for reporting. You have to write off and
Well,
so
okay, you wandered around for 4 months, received a birth
on.
salary.
Yes. Well, my wife, they were already writing an explanation while they were on the green. Well, I have no money. I don't know what to do. She got through to prosecutor's office. Here you go, under closer to March. So they came, there were some payments.
What is this, 195,000?
Well, yes.
Just to say some kind of payments. Normal payments, $2,200.
No, I'm just saying that the payments have arrived. Well, I don't know
understand.
for what. For November, December, they say that maybe they wouldn't be because they were somehow frozen. It's not clear what they are. Well, something
Well,
like
it's
that.
March, what's going on?
Some people came, I don't know why they came.
Forget the money, what's going on in the war?
In March, I was wounded 2 times.
In March? Weren't you hurt before?
In December, I was wounded twice.
4 times?
4 times.
Were there any payments?
Payments, I collected the papers, everything is lying there, but there are no payments.
The first time you were wounded, how and with what?
I stood in position again on this one where they took it, second IRP, kamikaze flew in.
FPV?
Well, yes, while I stood there, I say that on my head it was already hanging out 20 meters away. While I ran for a rifle, it rustled nearly right through the window, and that's all.
Yes, a concussion.
Well, the conclusion doesn't count in any way for us, just not at all. There is a hole in the back. That's all.
It's yours?
After 2 weeks, yes, I'm back on the track.
Did you get it out?
No, it sticks out. They said you'll come home, there you will get it out.
Normal story. After 2 weeks in service?
Well, yeah, there again, and again in short something.
And your colleague in a compliance
Well,
got
it
killed?
hit his head, he fell into a coma a month
What
later.
is call sign? What's his call sign? It must be said that it must be listed there somewhere.
Maligan, in my
How?
opinion. The Maliga.
Maliga dead. How was your second injury in December?
The tank worked well.
Were they dead?
No, he hit the tree right above us, maybe 5 meters in oak tree, and everything really tore, one wounded with a big hole. Well, he shook me so well, the arm there, the shoulder, the back.
Good tank.
Very.
Abrams.
There was a leopard.
Leopard. Dotted.
It wasn't visible, well, it was twilight 300 meters.
Understood. How much in the hospital?
0 at all. Well, we arrived, they gave us a certificate and go. And that's it.
In March, twice injured.
Yes, I'm this, well, such a strange person. For kamikazes, well, they're hunting for me, I'm hunting for them. Well, our dugout is dug in. We have to somehow, in theory, save in order to be bombed. And so I ran until 4, and the 5th one, the bastard caught up with me and seriously wounded me. I was badly shell-shocked.
There were 4 kamikazes, plus you?
Yes, 4.
Did it cost us 1,600? One kamikaze cost
Don't
400.
need to say it like that, they'll probably beat me up for it.
Why?
No, it's a joke, sarcasm.
Humorous.
Well, there is a little.
Did you like to watch Petrosyan?
Also, yes, at that time there was Petrosyan.
I graduated from the Petrosyan school.
Petrosyan?
Yeah, 3 grades, honestly. I'm telling you seriously, my story with Mimur is also normal. Well, in short, 4 our FPVs are passing by the register. Damn, guys, have you seen any dollars at all?
In life, I saw it in life.
When? Why are you?
Well, I had a big life at 40, even before 40.
And how are they?
How do they smell, or how does it
Like
feel
in
in
your
your
hands?
Fine, especially when it is 100 rubles.
What is 100 rubles?
Well, 100 rubles is $1, roughly speaking.
Yes. Well, the 5th one caught up with you.
Well, yes, big time.
In short, you were worked as a live target.
Well, that's me personally. My initiative was
How
because...
many of our drones have you destroyed?
Around 20, probably.
Holy shit, 20. $8,000. You can buy a Granta, a new one with a button already.
It's probably more. If there is only
If there
one
is
drone,
only
how
one
much
drone,
does it
how
cost?
much does it cost? $400 for 20 pieces. 8 grand.
Well, yes.
Agree?
Well, yes.
Why the hell did you kill them?
Well, they would have killed mine. I still feel sorry for them. They're scared. They're just hiding in this dugout.
Why do you feel sorry for them?
Well, that's it. Just them. Well, people are
how
afraid.
can it be like this? Someone makes drones without sleeping, and you
Well,
dump
I am
them?
a target. They were chasing me. Well, it's just who is faster than whom.
Interesting, Sam. Target. What did your commanders tell you about your
Well,
initiative?
nothing at all.
Did they give you a medal?
Not even once. They didn't even say thank you.
Was there an approving look?
No, when would I see them?
Did you at least get a pat on the shoulder? Good
No,
boy.
no. They looked more like Morin. What are you doing?
Well, second time?
No, this is the third time.
Well, that's right, the second time in March.
Well, yes, twice in March, also a kamikaze. They were the same story.
Did you also call a kamikaze on yourself?
Well, yes.
I understand correctly, you come out like this.
No, he's buzzing. He just goes in circles and I stand there. He will see me. I led him about 50 meters. He sees me and that's it. He starts diving after me. He dives and there is a wall. Well, I still run 10 to 15 meters. I managed to run, that's all.
Which of our guys stood opposite to you? What brigade?
And to be honest, I saw it for the first time.
No, which of our military men was
Well,
it?
I generally say I don't
How
know.
do you know who you're
In
with?
general, I've been standing there since August. I thought maybe we were at war with ourselves. Maybe we bought someone there. He just didn't see it. That's how long we stood there from August to April.
No, maybe I'm explaining wrong. Look, here you're standing.
Yes.
This is where we're
Yes.
standing. Your 25th is here. Who's standing here? Our?
Well, I didn't even know who was standing there. Nobody even told
Why do
us
our
in
people
our
always
lives.
know who they are fighting with?
Well, these are great guys. They probably somehow have this knowledge, but no one spoke to us.
I just come to the military men. The military just say in that direction, there are those, there are those, there are those.
That's good. No one has ever told us anything in our lives.
I'm just asking why. I wanted to tell those who stand in front of the 25th. In short, they started making little holes in the trenches for FPV. So here they are.
No, I was the one who took the initiative. There was no one else. There are not enough fools. On the contrary, there are plenty of
Well, the
fools.
second time was FPV again.
Yes.
Did it hurt a lot?
Well, it hit me in the eye, in the neck, in the arm.
Well, your hands are working.
Well, that's how the tendons are
So
here.
it will get fine before the wedding.
Well, no, it wouldn't.
Why this? Now we'll get a divorce over the phone. We've had such cases. I married people over the phone. The prisoners is like, can I marry you? She, yes.
Well done.
And they got divorced. Don't call me again. I filed for divorce. Why aren't you killed?
Well, most likely, but what 9 million would come, it's
7.
okay. 7 even. That
7.
means 7.
7 millions. Okay, what happened next? The month of March? How long were you treated?
There was no treatment at all. They also came and
Some
pulled me
kind
out.
of Terminator? Does everything heal on
I don't know,
its
they
own
pulled
on
me
you?
out. In short, they sent me to the unit. On April 13, I began to come in. I entered the position. I say, go to the regiment. The boys say, your scout there have been squandered, in short.
So have you signed a new contract?
Yes, they told me you will go to the OPSC. They shaved me and sent me to the front straight away.
And Omsk? Didn't you get into Omsk?
I didn't get into Omsk.
I'm already hysterical just for all these stories. Full at you, in short.
Yes, again, once again.
How many times have you been
In the
deceived
army.
in the army?
From the first day.
Come on, let's count it 10 times. I'm just really interested. I sometimes do these experiments because I'm going crazy with you all.
Well, it depends where you
Well,
start.
from the very beginning.
Well, with a contract for the first time, well, everything
Come on,
went.
contract 1.
Well, in terms of clothes, too. Well, they promised to give us, they say this from Ratnik.
Oh, you wanted a Ratnik?
No, they promised to give it to us at all.
What are you talking about?
Well, they promised it.
Ratniks show only for your king at museum.
Well,
Well, yes, they didn't give Ratnik. Third, what?
in terms of weapons,
Well, what didn't they give?
well, in general, it would
Did
be fine.
they at least give you a laser sword?
W-
Cool, yes? Well, what
well,
about this?
What did they give? The AK-12, the gems, they were almost always gems.
Further?
What next, what next?
Well, for money.
Well,
They dumped your gut.
no, I didn't receive Putin's because I only signed a contract for 6 months. And yes, in terms of money, they did.
4.
What else is there?
With layoffs?
Well, I've never
Vacations.
seen it.
Didn't they issue layoffs?
Yes, never in my life.
5. Further. They
So what
didn't
there?
give me a laser sword. They didn't give me a blaster
There were
either.
no electronic warfare device.
Well, I'm not even discussing that. This is only 5 times, it's fine.
Well, it turns out, yes, it's normal. Good.
Where were the truth told?
The truth? You just won't get home, that's all. Well, just home. Everything is practically you won't get home, basically.
Okay, yes. April 13th, you come in. Enter the position. What is happening
Well,
there?
everyone I say go into position, the scouts pull it back.
And you infantry?
Well, I was there alone.
What about the rest?
Well, there were no simple fools.
Run?
Well, they were always missing.
You really are so stubborn. They told you to go to the point. You went there
Well, yes.
and sat, even if everyone else left.
Yes.
What's wrong with you?
Well, honestly, that's kind of person I am in general.
So they told you to jump from the 9th floor?
Well, that's stupid.
No, this is an order.
No, this is such a stupid order.
Do it. Then appeal.
Well, yeah, there is a lot of such trouble.
Your battalion commander says go to the tank. Go kill the tank.
Well, I shot at them and competed with the Leopard because he hammered at us.
From what did you shoot
With an
him?
RPG, what else can you shoot with?
Got it.
Where will you end up in it? No, of course. You're being hammered from all sides.
As far as I understand, you just shot there for show.
Well, so that, yes, you can say that. First, he bombed all our warehouses.
Cool.
Well, of course.
You grab the pipe and run, right?
Well, I made this direction.
And you didn't
fire
hit it.
And then they started hitting on me from everywhere. Well, I
They
just got
told
out.
you that RPG won't damage Leopard.
So at least something. I will not shoot it with a rifle. That is the point.
Well, I'm telling you that.
Well, I get it, I
Well,
know.
you know that nothing will happen.
Of course I know, of
So
course.
why the hell do you do something that wouldn't give you anything?
So this is our army. What should we change?
So why shoot?
Or you can just die stupidly like this. At least you need to take something, at least something. It would just completely ruin us, and that's all, and I would have died stupidly. And then I at least shoot at him with an RPG. Some
No, you
contribution,
can be
something.
changed. You can be changed.
Well, they told me just kill, and that's it. There are no more options.
I understand. Why do I say that you cannot be exchanged?
Well, that's how stubborn I am.
You're stubborn. If we exchange you, and you will go running around again killing our Leopard.
No, I like kamikaze. I like to hunt them.
Moreover, why the hell? Damn, you're worth a lot to our army. You will run again to kill our kamikazes.
Well, you're just...
Write in the comments how this happens.
In any case, they have a video.
Send please video, Nadia. We're in short, the problem is that we don't know who you fought with.
Torskilej.
How?
Torskilej.
Torskilej. Why are you using a Ukrainian word? Ledge. Ah, no. Protrusion, no, it's a Russian word. Or Ukrainian. Who knows?
I don't know either.
I also have a 3rd grade education.
No, but I studied for 11 years, but only 9 classes.
I studied for 11 years, but only 9 classes. How did this happen? Twice in the 2nd year? In which class were there 2 times?
In the 3rd.
In 3rd grade? Couldn't pass 3rd grade twice?
And in the 3rd, immediately jumped to 5th. We were zeros
Yeah,
before.
well, I skipped it too. I only have the first 3 classes.
Well, that's it.
What could have been done to avoid going past 3rd grade?
Oh, well, there was a lot that could have been done there.
Well, how about
Well,
sharing?
we blow something up there, set fires and so on.
So are you political? For behavior?
No, we didn't blow up this, not houses. What is it?
So what?
We made explosive packages.
Salt paper?
Gunpowder, carbide.
Where did
salt
you get the
pepper.
gunpowder?
There is enough gunpowder there in Caucasus.